am Jeff Cohn, and I'm hosting this educational panel today with the Village of Richton Park on the home rule. And this is an educational video that the village is providing to the community. And today I'm very delighted to have with us three people that's going to help us to learn more about the home rule, what it means, and the importance of it to the community of the Village of Richton Park. Today I have with me, I'm going to allow Trustee Butler to introduce herself first.
Hi, I'm Trustee Butler, and I've been a trustee for 25 years now.
Hello, and thank you for joining us. Rick Reinbold, Village President.
Hello, John Murphey. I'm the Village Attorney, been the Village Attorney for over 25 years.
Good, thank you. And I appreciate you all being here today for this most important interview and panel that we're going to conduct on the home rule. See, there's been a lot of information that's been shared out there by other parties outside of the community, so it's going to give you an opportunity just to explain what it is and why it's important to the Village of Richton Park. So, Mayor, I'm going to start with you on the first question because I know that it's one that many people are probably thinking about. Exactly what is home rule?
Basically, what home rule means for Richton Park is the ability to make decisions locally on the things that impact our community. Absent home rule, we're only allowed to do specific things that are allowed by the state.
Okay.
And this allows us to react quickly to decisions that need to be made in a timely manner, and allows us to focus on the needs of our community. Mm-hmm. As we travel up and down I-57, is an example I can give is when it comes to commercial development, we see the development that's happening in Madison, University Park, Monee, Markham. These are all home rule communities, and we all see the development that's going on in those communities. Mm-hmm. What that means is literally millions of dollars are coming into those home rule communities. Richton Park needs home rule so that we can compete for those businesses that will come in to our community, because we deserve a piece of that pie.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a lot of opportunity out there.
Right.
Yes.
So how would it work, Mayor Reinbold? How would it exactly work in terms of home rule?
On home rule?
Yeah.
Meaning, what is the process?
The process, yes.
Well, actually, home rule is allowed in Illinois either by population,
okay.
25,000 automatically gets home rule. If you're below 25,000, it has to be by local referendum.
Okay.
More and more municipalities across the state are acknowledging and realizing the benefits of becoming a home rule community. Mm-hmm. Almost every election cycle, more and more communities are becoming home rule.
Right.
Richton Park, if we would join that group, currently there's over 220 cities and villages that are home rule communities in the state. And we need that because of the authority that it gives us to attract businesses and address a lot of other concerns in the community, and to prioritize for Richton Park residents what's important for our community.
Very nice, thank you. And John, you know, one of the things that's important also is why now? And, you know, the Village of Richton Park has not done it for some years, but why now? I mean, why should you know, residents and stakeholders of this community want this enacted now?
And when I think about that question and how important answering that question is going to be for our residents in the next couple of weeks, I'd like our residents to think of two words. One is speed, mm-hmm. and the other is competition. Think how fast things go now everywhere, in the economy, in social media, everywhere you look. If I told you 10 or 15 years ago that we don't want an outlet mall, we don't want shopping centers, I would have been laughed off the stage. 15 years ago, 10 years ago, everybody wanted a shopping center.
Right.
Now, nobody wants a shopping center. Why? Because the economy has changed so much and so rapidly. If I stood on a stage 10 years ago and told you and told the audience here that in 10 years I could legally chew some marijuana gummies
and bet on college football games and not get in trouble,
I would have been left off the stage.
Locked up.
Locked up. I make that point to
explain to people why now, because our economy moves so fast and a municipality has to be able to be nimble and respond, and not only respond but take initiatives. And the other word that comes to mind that I hope our residents and voters remember is competition.
Okay.
President Reinbold just alluded to the fact we are in competition for a piece of the economic pie, not simply with our immediate neighbors, but with the state of Illinois, generally speaking. We need to be able to compete to lure the type of development that comes to this village that will help homeowners relieve their property tax burden. That's a major goal that the village board has, is to help our homeowners relieve their property tax burden, and bringing Amazon warehouses, commercial development for today's economy and tomorrow's economy is so important. And to have home rule power allows us to compete with the other towns, offer the right kind of incentives, and take the actions that will help our people in this village continue to thrive.
Thank you. And that's pretty clear in terms of why now. I mean, and I think that people are getting it. When I attended one of your sessions that you all had for your community, people understand that's important right now. So, Mary, John just mentioned that relieving tax burden. And so I guess one of the part of this that people have been talking about is the tax burden part of this. And it's been mentioned that, home rule gives you the authority to raise property taxes. And so I know that the Realtor PAC has been sending, again, literature brochures speaking about what you're going to do. I would like for you to address that in terms of what exactly are you going to do as it relates to property taxes.
Yeah, I know that some of the disinformation that's out there is implying that the board will raise taxes. Nothing could be further from the truth. Actually, the board has committed to do the opposite. If we're granted home rule authority, it will allow us to eliminate our vehicle stickers. It will allow us to freeze our property tax rate. It will allow us to freeze our water rates. So actually what we're proposing to do is opposite of what anybody else is implying. This board is committed to that. We have had a stable property tax rate for 28 years. We've had consecutive multi-year balanced budgets. So we have no intention now, and we're committed to actually not raising taxes.
That's important for people to hear as well, because we know that you have people external to the community campaigning oddly against helping yourself to be better economically and beautification. And so it's important for people to understand. What does it mean to you, Trustee Butler, when you talk to residents that are going to be, that you are asking to support this, what does that mean to you personally?
One thing that I have said to all my residents, you have to realize, I've lived here for 40 years. We've kept the tax rate the same for 28 years. And if I live here and the entire board, as well as our mayor, we all own homes. And we do not want to pay any more property tax than what we have to. So if we raise it on our residents, that means we're raising it on ourselves. And we are not about to do that. And you have, as residents, the commitment from every board member that will not happen. After the 5 years when we do the same tax levy that we've been doing for the last 28 years, I can see it going down, not going up. Because within that 5 years, hopefully we will get more economic development in. We will be bringing more money in. We will get more residents to move into Richton Park, which will bring more money to our village. And we do not plan to raise property tax. So trust us, we've been here. We're trustworthy. We're good stewards of your money now, and we will be good stewards of your money in the future.
Thank you, Trustee Butler. So I guess, John, you want to chime in on that?
Yeah, let me say one thing. I'm an outsider, but not that much of an outsider. I've known the two people next to me for many, many years. these two elected officials, these residents of the village, have spent not hundreds of hours, but thousands of hours over the years with very little compensation devoted to and committed to this village. They love this village like they love family members. Absolutely. So when residents get flyers in the mail from these outside sources, the realtors or these other groups, I think one of the other questions I hope the residents think about and answer to themselves when they go to the polls is, who do you trust, who do you believe? These outsiders who have nothing to do with the village? Or do you believe your friends, your neighbors, and your elected and these elected officials who love the village? I think that's an easy question to answer.
Sure.
Can I add in one more thing? If everybody would look at the cards that they're getting in the mail from the realtors, it's coming from Springfield. What does Springfield know about us? How can Springfield challenge my love for this village and my who I am? That's not right. So everybody needs to look at that and think about that. It's coming from Springfield. It's not even coming from this area. They don't know us.
Sure.
They don't know what we do, how we do, or what we will do.
Thank you.
So my integrity means a lot to me. And I do not appreciate the realtors questioning my integrity and making it seem like I'm a liar.
Thank you. Rick, Mayor, did you have anything else that you wanted to add to that as it relates to before we summarize?
Yeah, I would just say that the time for home rule for Richton Park is now.
Okay.
Yes,
This is the time. If we are going to remain competitive in terms of business and economic development, we need this tool now as we attract more businesses in town that actually lowers the burden on our homeowners in terms of property taxes. So that's our goal. As we continue to move forward and grow, home rule will allow us to expedite it. And when it comes to dealing with these businesses, it allows us to move at the speed of business, which moves very quickly, as Mr. Murphy had mentioned earlier.
Thank you. Thank you all very much today for this. I'm sure that there's going to be more information that's going to be shared by you all with the community, but I think that this is a good starting point in terms of providing factual information to your community about exactly what home rule is, why now, and to address some of the misinformation that's been put out there. So I thank you all very much for being with us today. Good information has been shared, factual information has been shared with you today. I would encourage you to continue to do your own research to ensure that you know exactly what home rule is, and the most important thing is to support your village, and so that they can actually expand economic development and also to beautify this great community that you live in. So thank you very much. I am Jeff Cohn.